do you see Da Nang and or Asia as a long-term stay for you guys, or is this just like a temporary type of setup?
Oh, that's easy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is our home.
This is home.
This is
base.
home.
Okay. What has this experience taught you guys about yourself individually and as a couple? What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Okay, today I'm here with the lovely Jay and Sarah. We're going to be talking about their experience coming from Atlanta, Georgia, moving to Da Nang, Vietnam. It's going to be a cool video, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. So, I remember distinctively when I was in Atlanta at one point in time, and I was on Instagram scrolling, and I seen this guy, and he was posting his life in Bali, and it was insane. He was showing the pool, he was showing the location, etc., etc., and then he showed the price, and I said, wow, that's crazy. So I started doing research, and I was like, you know what? I think this might be a move for me. So my question to y'all, my first question is, what was the moment where you guys was like, okay, this might be something we need to do?
Right. Well, we answer this question a lot, because we get this question a lot. So I think we was in our apartment at the time, and we was just chilling, watching YouTube, and we saw a video with
Lisa and Josh.
Lisa and Josh. Shout out to Lisa and Josh. They was traveling in Vietnam for
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and they had like a budget of like $1,200, and they went throughout Vietnam just the whole. We just looking like, man, the food look amazing, the activities look good, and we like, yo, what are we doing here? Mm-hmm. And we kind of just made a decision right away. Like, it's crazy that people say that. It's great when people hear that we really made a decision to leave that day. Like, for real, we're like, what are we doing? I mean, because being in America, I mean, it was like, I felt like we was in the Matrix.
Yeah.
You wake up, you go to work, you come home, you do the same thing on repeat to get 2 weeks, get 2 days, well, a day and a half, a Saturday and, a Sunday to kind of relax, and it's like, hey, where's that? Back to work to doing the same old stuff over
and it was a Sunday too.
Yeah,
it was a Sunday evening. We were relaxing, unwinding, and we saw that video, and we were just like, we're leaving. We woke up the next morning. I was like, hey, are you certain about what we said about
we were in the
yesterday?
gym. Normally I go in the gym going hard, and that Monday I was just like,
we were off.
We were just off a little bit. I'm like,
it felt like we had anxiety based on the decision because we were so certain.
Yeah.
And from the moment we decided that Monday, we're serious about it, we just started planning to leave, and it took us a month.
Yeah, it took us
and we were out.
I feel it took me like probably about the same amount of time. Like, as soon as because I booked everything in one day. Like, I didn't even do a lot of research. Like,
we didn't either.
I'm like, man, I'll figure out when I get there.
Right, we'll figure it out on the fly.
I watched one video. It was like this black lady. I wish I knew who she was, but she was just talking about how, because I went to Malaysia first. She was just talking about how it's safe, and I was like, okay, if this older black lady is saying it's safe, she didn't have any issues, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna just book it. I'll figure everything out later.
Absolutely,
I feel
man.
That's exactly what we did. We had no hesitation, and we figured it out.
Yeah. Okay, so individually, what was you guys' biggest culture shock coming to Vietnam?
I definitely think the way people do business.
Okay, how so?
They're more lackadaisical in comparison to like being in the States. You can't walk up into a restaurant or a hotel and speak to the owner in the States. Here you can do that.
Yeah.
You can walk anywhere and say, hey, I want to speak to marketing team, and they're like, oh, okay, give me 1 second. And they don't look at you a certain way. They don't expect you to be somebody. You're asking to speak to the marketing team. Okay, there's no, do you have an appointment, an email, or no, it doesn't matter. It's just, you're asking, we're gonna go get the person.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's how we do a lot of business.
That's how we do a lot of business out here,
And for me, it was definitely the traffic and the chaos, the organized chaos when it comes to, because I catch grabs every once in a while when we get in the car, but we also have a bike. So just riding on a bike and just getting used to the traffic and how they drive here, crazy culture shock. People going from the other side of the road, to no stop signs, everybody just kind of going to a red light sometime, or even if it's red lights, people running through them, and it's like, this is crazy.
But it's interesting though, I don't see a ton of accidents.
I don't
see a ton of accidents.
No.
You really don't.
And any accidents that I've seen, usually it's like somebody caused it themselves or something like that. It's not like a big collision or anything like that. And another thing, like to your point, I was thinking about was, I think it's a stereotype. I know it's a stereotype, especially in America, that like Asian people can't drive.
Be abstinent. I'll be as untouched as the turn signal in an Asian woman's car.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Well,
What I realized is, I think it's
They can't
so
drive in
different.
America. Yeah, it's
I
the
think
difference.
It's so different.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, because even much, you riding and like, you riding down, you see somebody coming from a turn, like a right turn, they don't look at all.
Yeah.
They just turn.
Yeah,
And it's like, well, you didn't much look. We was at a red light the other day, a lady just came flying out. And like, we was laughing at the red light. We laughing at how
and she's
laughing.
looking like, yeah, I know what I did.
I know what I just did,
Yeah.
Came out like a daredevil.
And
Just
she was just flight out.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, lady, you crazy, But in the States, I think you're so used to just driving so cautious. And here, you have to drive cautious, I think, and drive for yourself and for others too.
I think it's even more. You have to be even more cautious here.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
you have to. I mean,
Absolutely.
when we first moved here, I wanted to drive and then sightsee. You can't do that. I just drive on the beach one time, I'm looking forward, like, oh, I gotta press on brakes. Like you can't do that.
You got
You
2
really can't.
seconds.
You have 2 seconds to really just
and,
react
and,
real quick.
and it's not even a real 2 seconds. Thing can happen.
Yeah.
Like we travel in new parts of town, I'm like, all right, go ahead and get the sightseeing.
Yeah. You do it, and then I do
Yeah,
this.
I'll get to the road.
Yeah.
We had to work as a team.
Okay. So my next question is, how does living in Da Nang compare to living in Atlanta, both culturally and socially?
Culturally, it's totally different. Food wise, of course, and socially, I mean, people in Vietnamese people are very friendly.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I think they shy people, but they're very friendly. So it's nothing to walk up to someone and talk to them. And even when it comes to like our favorite places we go to, like the restaurants or the local places we go to, they walk into the family real quick. They call you family right away. I remember sometimes we forget our wallet, we don't have cash on us, we go places to eat. They don't know us at all. They're like, hey, just eat, come back and pay us whenever. Don't worry about that. So the culture is totally different. It's more of a family base, and they welcome you as family right away. They base you. They base on your character. It's mostly on your character than skin color or So we love it. We love that about here.
Yeah.
What about you?
For Atlanta, I think the biggest difference between here and there is, like Jay mentioned, the food and the people.
Okay.
Where you got the friendly families and everyone welcomes you. Now, I get it. Atlanta has a Southern hospitality concept where a lot of people are friendly and they do welcome you, but it's not, I order in your restaurant and you tell me, take the food, bring the money some other time.
Trust.
It's not trust. That's the perfect word. Yeah,
Okay.
it isn't trust.
If
It's
you're
not.
really family, you're going to trust your family in a sense.
Right,
I think
so-
it's more just being friendly in a sense in Atlanta. But when
There's
it comes
trust
to
here.
it's really trust until you give them a reason not to trust you.
Yeah.
in a sense,
I definitely agree with that. That's what's, like earlier you were talking about the restaurants, how you can just walk in. That's something I noticed too, is like they're like literally like usually you eat and stuff, no matter where you are, no matter what the restaurant is, you always eat and then you pay. Usually in Atlanta, like for example, if it's Chick-fil-A, you pay first and then you eat.
Yeah.
Like here is like you eat first,
Yeah,
you
then
enjoy
you pay.
whatever, and then you pay.
Right.
You need to come back. Like it's way more, like you said, trust. Yeah, it's way more trust.
And they'll give it to you too. So it's like, oh yeah, come back whenever. And it's like, wait, I don't live here.
Yeah.
Or do you think I live here?
Yeah.
Even the
And-
local markets and everything. I remember my
Yeah.
first time going to the local market. I wanted to pick Sarah up some flowers, and I ran out of cash.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, just take the flowers, come back."
Yeah.
And I made sure that I, went to the
Yeah.
ATM and came back and took care of it. But they were very, very trustworthy people, beautiful people. I love it.
Okay, so what has it been like navigating life as Black Americans living in Vietnam? And do you have any like standout experiences?
They always want to take a picture with us.
Yeah, you definitely
Yeah.
get that. I think I see it on your channel too.
Yeah,
You're taking
for
pictures
sure.
with locals.
Yeah,
They
for
see you, vlogging.
Yeah.
They will come in and take pictures.
They'll get in your camera and
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
And I think it's different too. Definitely, we like to work out. We into like the fitness, so they always want to like get tips about training and stuff like that. So it's fun. It's really fun, the culture, and just learning the language too. That's one thing that they try to teach us, the language, and we learning. It's hard. It's a hard language, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely a hard language.
It is.
It's definitely a hard language.
I just kind of like I made a video like right before I left. Like the last like 30 days, I've been like learning a new phrase every single day.
Yeah.
That's what we're on.
Yeah, so I've been able to practice and stuff like that. So I'm learning language too. Like I'm at that point now. I'm like, okay, I feel like
You've been
it
there
will
long.
also make my experience a lot better.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I
Right.
mean? to be able to connect with everybody and stuff like that.
But I think it's tough too when you travel to different places, like you're in Malaysia, then you're in Thailand, then you're in the Philippines, and there's so many different languages. You're like, I can't learn all of these.
Yeah, because we'll be in Thailand talking about some, come on.
Yeah,
like,
I said that to like a European or like a Russian earlier today. I'm like, I don't even know why I just said it.
Right. They don't get used to saying it, right?
But it's so cool because you're bouncing, you're becoming so versatile in the languages that you're bouncing from, you know, English to multiple languages. And we love those videos of watching people who are fluent in like Chinese and they're Black Americans and they're like, I love seeing it. I love seeing it. I love how the locals react when they see that you're speaking their language and you took the time to learn it.
They really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
They really do appreciate that. Have you guys ever been treated different apart versus when you guys are together?
Yes, they try to snatch Jay up all the time.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
The women, they're very like, oh, American man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's up?
Yeah, they try to snatch him up all the time, and then they'll.
And I don't know. I think mostly in general too. I'm by myself. People are more engaging in the sense like, okay, like what's going on? Like what you doing? In the sense like they're always more engaging to talk to you and want to. You know,
that makes sense.
I must give off the I'm antisocial look.
Yeah,
I think, but I was talking to somebody. I was chilling with this girl the other day, and we were walking in Vietnam. They have, or Ho Chi Minh City, they have like a red light district type of setup. And when I'm by myself, it's like I have to like walk in the middle of the street, like because they're gonna like try to talk. Like, it's like back to back to back. It's like probably like 20 bars with a bunch of girls outside. But when I'm with her, like nobody's talking to me at all.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, you're like a super. It's like a superpower right now.
Yeah, like they respect it.
Yeah, they respect it.
Nah, he's with somebody.
Okay. So that makes sense. Okay. Do you guys stay like to yourself for the most part, or have you been able to connect with like another like Black expat community in Da Nang or?
Yes, we just got into an expat group here where it's kind of, what is Da Nang?
Divine and Da Nang.
Shout out to them. They're amazing. We always do it. There's always so much going on.
Yeah.
You know, with the fellas, we get together, we play basketball, we got pickleball. We have
they have a fitness. They have a
fitness fam.
Within the group, there's subgroups that are like different things that you can do, whether it's fitness or the men hanging out or the women hanging out for like wine nights and like meat munches. They have like literally within the groups different, but it's like I want to say like 80 Black people in that group.
Yeah, we'll send you the link too, so you can post it down in the description for people who want to check it out.
Okay.
It's real dope. Facebook group.
So it's like you get to Vietnam, you know exactly where.
So it's a pretty strong community out there.
Yeah,
very strong.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
Before you guys joined this group, was it like easy or difficult to meet like Black expats and like become friends, or did the group just really like change everything?
I mean, every time we ride, we see Black people. We just always just stop and talk. We just kind of, friendly. Like we ride, but hey, Black people, you know.
But you know what's so funny though? I feel as if some of them been here. There's people who's been here for 4 years, 6 years, and so forth. But for the most part, it's becoming bigger now because a lot of people are coming from different places and they're all coming during the tourist season. And so now that same group is growing with more people who's joining on a regular basis. So we were here during rain season, so we're not, we're seeing a few Black people here and there, but for the most part, it's not many. It wasn't like a group thing. It's like we're on a bike and we're saying hi and we keep it pushing. But now it's okay. There's a community.
Compared to when we first came,
there was nobody.
In June, I think we came in May, right? Last May.
Yeah, we came in May last year.
Yeah, May of last year. Like we didn't see too many.
There weren't any.
Yeah, it was like
it was so
Kenny,
rare.
Kenny?
Yeah, it was so
like,
rare that we
mostly
would
like older guys, who's retired or something like that. But
and it was such a rarity.
Now it's a hot spot now.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, right. we would. It was so rare that we would be like Black people, shocked when we see them, and now we're like, oh, another Black person. That's wonderful.
Oh, we out here now.
We out here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like there's a difference between how Black men and Black women are received here?
As in received from
how they treat
set
you
apart?
guys,
No,
like,
I mean they treat us like.
No, I don't think so. But I think it's a difference when it comes to dating in a sense.
Yeah.
I think it's easier for Black men to be able to date when it comes to Southeast Asian countries in general. Okay. But I think when it comes to Black women, it's a little bit different in a dating culture. Okay. But
just in general, no.
In general,
no
difference. Nothing's no difference.
Okay, cool. Okay, so this is something I was actually kind of curious about, right? So I know like money can be a issue in a lot of relationships. I was curious, like being that here is so much more affordable, has that impacted like you guys' relationship? Has it made it like healthier, or like being here in general, has that like changed you guys' dynamic?
We never really let finances like get in between everything, but I
Yeah.
mean now that it's easier, it's real cool. You know,
Yeah.
it's like we have extra funds to do what we need to do. But life is easier.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't have to worry about. I mean, I think the stress in the States. I mean, 90% of the people I know in the United States are struggling financially.
Yes.
You know, trying to pay, mortgage and rent, to car note and insurance and eating. There's so much going on. And here it's like.
I know I was gonna give me my soul.
For here, it's like, okay, you get a bite, food is cheap, rent is cheap. It's not so much you have to worry about too much. Finances is not the big thing on your mind. On the
Okay.
phone, it's kind of
Yeah, it's like the last
the
thing
last
on
thing on your mind.
Yeah,
in a sense.
yeah.
Like, okay, like okay,
versus
we
in
paid
the States
that.
where it's the first thing on your mind.
Yeah.
You come here, you can pay your rent for 6 months, and
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about it for 6 months.
Yeah.
You chilling. All you have to do is buy your food, transportation,
Yeah.
and if you have health, health insurance or whatever, you got gym membership or whatever. This is small things that matters, or buying clothes and the small things you need.
So do you think the relationship dynamic is more fun here than
Yes.
it was in States? Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah,
Absolutely.
because you're doing more things that requires you to focus on the. We talk about this all the time, where we think of people who are coming as a couple.
Yeah.
The first thing we think about is, you're with that person 24/7. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
leaving the country to be with someone as a couple, it's a completely different dynamic if you were in the States, because you got to go to work for 8 hours, travel back from work for like 2 hours,
Okay.
and if you're living with that person, you get a little bit less time with them. It's kind of like traveling with your spouse is literally like being stuck in a house during COVID.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Or with your kids or whomever.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
now you really have them 24/7.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you're really around them 24/7. And with us, it's like we get to do more things now. We can decide to go, jet skiing
Yeah.
or paragliding or get massages or whatever. We can have more fun.
Yeah, not only that, like it's like you say, when it comes to financing, it's affordable to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
In the States, you have a date night in the States. I think I heard you talk about this in one of your videos.
Yeah.
When it comes to dating in Asia, it's like you go out and have a coffee or a smoothie, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And that's a gorgeous
cool.
day.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
Nobody's
cool.
yeah.
You can go
Yeah.
out and just, hey, let's grab a coffee. Let's
Yeah.
get a smoothie, or just take a walk. Or,
Yeah.
it's nothing that you have to go to Root Chris and, and spend, especially in Atlanta, you got to spend $10 to park.
for it, like financially, like
Yeah, you really gotta be like, okay, you're gonna spend $200 going out. By the time you get drinks, by the time you pay to park in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I remember going to, different places in Atlanta, and for a date night, like,
And we
you
love
spend
our
a
date
minimum
nights.
$100.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
an every Thursday thing. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
spending money every single Thursday just
Yeah.
for a date night, and that's ridiculous.
yeah.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Versus here, it's like, oh, we can have a date night, spend $25 for the
You
both
can walk
of us.
out, hang out on the beach for a little minute.
Yeah, or we
Yeah,
go
we-
to a restaurant and eat, get a few drinks, and still the bill will be less than $20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, and we don't feel like driving, let's catch a Grab.
Yep, and that's the luxury.
Right.
Come on.
And that's the luxury, to be able to just go anywhere for a minimum of the cost and have a wonderful time.
Yeah. It's undefeated.
And even when it comes to traveling, man, I think we was on Instagram and we see these cool places on Instagram, and I think we was talking about this yesterday, like, how you see something like in Thailand, you're like, oh, that's nice. And like, and you in the States, it's kind of like just a dream of you to do. But being here in Southeast Asia, you see something amazing, it's like, hey, we can actually do that.
Yeah. Mhm.
We could go to China, we could
Yeah.
go to, Thailand, we could go to, Malaysia and experience these different things in life. And, in the States,
It's a bucket
Totally
list.
different. Yeah, it's a bucket list.
I'm gonna put this vacation to go to Thailand on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Here it's like I'm gonna go next week.
Yeah,
Let's go
exactly.
this weekend.
You don't wanna do that, yeah.
I feel bad for people in the States too, because it's like, because of how their life is set up, they can't really come and experience how we can.
Yeah.
We could like really chill here, like relax here, blah blah blah. Like a lot of times they stay like in resorts or something like that. Like they don't really get the full experience of like hanging out with the locals and like going out for drinks and like all that type of stuff.
It's not a bucket list. It's not a
Yeah,
wish.
yeah.
It's
It's just a lifestyle.
It's
It's
just
a
a
life-
lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle.
Like I'm gonna
We
take
can
a
do
trip to China today. Why not?
Nah, I feel that. Okay. So, what advice would you give to other Black couples thinking about moving to Asia and maybe even Vietnam specifically?
Love your person.
Okay.
If you do not love your person, like genuinely, wholeheartedly, God-fearing, love your person, this isn't. I wouldn't recommend it. It's hard. It's like we have fun, and we have fun with each other, and so. But we think about if we didn't have fun with each other, and if we didn't love each other, what a demise it would be.
What is your daily life here like compared to back in the U.S.?
Daily life here is more relaxed. I try not to let it be too more relaxed because like cause I don't like being. I think since I came here, like in the States, it was just very uniform. Get up at 5 in the morning, work out, do this, go to work, come back home. And now it's a little bit relaxed. You can get into vacation mode.
Yeah.
So you have to watch that, especially if you working for yourself. You get lazy a little bit, and it's like no, you got to correct it. So it takes a lot of discipline, but it's still cool. I still like to get up. I still like to work out. We enjoy life a little bit more. It's more slowed down. You don't have to. It's not so fast paced, and matter of fact, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta do that, and it's less stressful. Yeah. So it's just real chill, really.
Yeah.
Chill with some fire behind it.
Yeah. Because we're still getting up early and working out, but now it's like instead of us finish working out and we're rushing into work mode because that's what you got the time is like. I gotta be working 9 or I gotta be. We're not. It's like we finished working out.
We have a smoothie.
It's a slow morning for real. It's a slow morning, and then we're like, let's take a Vietnamese nap time. We love our Vietnamese nap time.
If being here, like
they take their nap seriously.
They nap serious. Like it's break time. I went to the hospital one time around 12 o'clock. They're like, we closed, but we gotta come back. Come back in an hour.
It'd be crazy. I be seeing them on the bikes though.
They be laid back on the bike, knocked out, bro.
And so we take it seriously too. So we were like, it's 12 o'clock, Vietnamese nap time. Let's just unwind real quick for the next 2 hours. And I love the fact that their breaks that was a culture shock. I know where that question was answered, but it just brought the thought. But that was a culture shock. We were staying at a hotel when we initially got here, and he's sleeping. He's at the front desk, and he has a mattress on the floor. The hotel is closed because he's like, there's no check-ins at this point. So what am I awake for? And there's a mattress he has on his sleeping mask, and he's covered up, and he was knocked out.
That literally happened last night when I checked in. I got him. I was like, Sin Lloyd. I just yelled out, and then he was like, Sin Chow. I'm like, I didn't see you right there. I didn't mean to yell like in your face. I did not see you right there. But so that happened to me last night. So
that was definitely a shocker because we did not. You can't take a nap at your. You can't forget a nap. That wasn't a nap. That was sleep.
Yeah,
it was 11 till 6 a.m. That's sleep. You
Yeah.
can't sleep on your night shift. There's no way. And
you get fired.
You get fired, and then have the audacity to wear a sleeping mask.
Yeah. It was like that too when I was in the Philippines. I don't know why I was up so late. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they have like 24-hour like shops or whatever. And maybe it's something like this. And it's like 2 girls working. They both was in there knocked out, like completely knocked out. But I felt so bad. I was so hungry. I had to wake them up. Like, yo,
I gotta eat.
I gotta eat.
Like, can you please just do this real quick, and then you can go back to bed. Like, okay, yeah, I get that.
Right.
Do you see Danang and or Asia as a long-term stay for you guys, or is this just like a temporary type of setup?
Oh, that's easy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is our home.
This is home. This is
home.
Okay.
We actually get mad and say things like, "Don't bring that mess over here in our country."
I have people who want to come here, but like, hey, leave that American stuff.
Leave that American stuff in America. Don't bring that mess
come over here with that bull.
Yeah,
Come to my country like that.
Like sometimes, like I be looking at like Thailand. I feel like Thailand is like so chaotic. Like
it
is.
Like, yo, please do not bring that to Vietnam. Please.
No,
You're right.
don't.
Leave that in Thailand.
Yeah, leave that mess in.
And even now, as being content creators, I think we push a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Because we showing the experience through our eyes, and it's like we see an influx of people that's coming here. We're like, man, like we were on the beach the other day, and it's like we have never seen it this back before.
Nah, I feel that.
And it's like,
and we're like, dang, look what we're doing.
Look what we're doing.
Yeah, I be thinking about that too. I'm like, I'm blowing up the spot. Like,
oh man,
I feel that. Yeah,
like we all gatekeep, but at the same time, this is our job to,
if y'all come, then please don't ruin it. Man.
Don't ruin it for us. Please.
Be respectful.
Yeah, don't. I don't know. I can't even. There's so many things to say not to do.
Okay, yeah.
It's like they're so kind. If they say bring the money back, bring the money back.
Yeah.
Bring the money back.
Do right.
Yeah, just do right.
Do right.
So what do you guys friends or family think about the moves that you guys made here?
They still think we're on vacation.
Yeah, they think we're on vacation.
They think we're coming back
Like, so when y'all coming back?
And it's like
We'll come
when
back to
y'all-
visit. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, you know, we love our family.
Yeah.
You know, and especially our parents getting up in the age, and it's like, we want y'all to be able to travel. Like my mom, my pops, he with it 100%. He like, hey, you know, what's up?
Yeah,
I'll come.
yeah.
You know, mom's like, that's a long flight.
My mother too.
Somebody get on no 20-hour flight. You know, and it's like, ain't that bad. You know, you stretch out, put some music on.
I
you
feel
know,
that.
read your Bible.
Yeah.
You know, get something to eat, relax.
And it's like it's a long flight for us too, though.
Yeah. We gotta do it too.
And
Yeah,
not only
that's
is it
true,
a
that's
long
true.
flight, it's a long flight and it's an inconvenience.
And it's expensive.
Yes.
Like-
It's like if you guys would have come over here, it seems more of a leisure
Yeah.
for you because it's less expensive. You're not spending money. It's a vacation for you. If we go to the States,
It's a hassle.
It
It's
is.
a
What are we gonna eat?
It's a hassle. It's
For
not a
real, like, what we
vacation,
eat? I
it's a
can't. I
hassle.
don't want this.
Yeah, literally. I don't
Where are
want
we
that.
gonna stay?
Where
An
about
expensive
Balinese?
hotel?
Yeah.
Banh mi with a fresh
What a
smoothie there.
yeah,
Come
you
on.
can't get none of that. You go to Smoothie King, you spend $12, bro.
Oh man.
Don't nobody want to do that.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it,
But
man.
it's just like people don't know until they know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you can't blame them. And so that's why I love the content. I try to like explain the best I can. And
You do a great job.
Thank
You
you
do.
so much.
Yeah.
Show the best I can because I'm like, yo, I'm not coming back. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not coming
Yeah.
back. It's not
It's a
happening.
wrap.
Yeah, when that video you did where you was explaining like the reasons, I think you were explaining the reasons why you left.
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
We
that
were
makes so
tuned
much
in.
sense. We
Yeah,
was
yeah.
all tuned up. Like,
Yeah,
man, watch it
appreciate
again. I
it.
said to a whole bunch of people, like,
Yeah, like,
see,
this is the reason.
He understand.
Yeah,
He
I
understand. He
appreciate
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
He got out the matrix, you know.
Yeah,
and
nah,
it's
it's
like,
real, bro. It's real.
you got to get out of there,
Yeah,
man.
it's
crazy.
it's a reality that you didn't even know you were in
Yeah.
until you realized you were in it.
So like when you guys got here, how long did you take to decide like, okay, yeah, this was definitely the right decision?
Oh no, we knew
yeah,
immediately.
we knew before we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was on the plane like,
We were stuck at
need-
the airport for 7 days, and we couldn't wait to get here. We were
Yeah.
stuck at the airport for 7
Yeah, we
days,
really
and we
was.
couldn't wait to get here.
Whoa.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
bought a buddy pass instead of.
Don't do
well,
that.
yeah, we're not well. we
Don't
had a
do
buddy
that.
pass.
We
Yeah.
had a body pass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
that
it was the
was-
worst idea because we're literally waiting there for someone
Yeah.
to not come.
Yeah.
Or
to-
just a room in the plane to.
Yeah.
And that was the flights were packed,
It
and
was
we didn't
tour-
know.
Yeah, it was the
tourist
season where everybody's
Oh,
leaving,
okay.
and I think it was around spring break, maybe.
Yeah.
Because summer starts May 5th, so we came around like May, so it was
Yeah.
tourist season. So
Yeah.
every plane was packed.
What has this experience taught you guys about yourself individually and as a couple?
Individually, we're talking about myself. Let's see. That I'm open. That I'm open to different cultures and open to learning and adapting. You know, I think we, as a couple, we can easily adapt to any situation.
Yeah.
You know, just being here, the whole culture shock is like, oh, it's so different. You know, like I said, even going back to Atlanta, seeing black people like, oh, like, you know, and here seeing it is totally different. So adapting to the culture, the people, the food, the way they do things, you know, like even street food, you know, you're seeing the way they do things. Some restaurants you go in there and wash the dishes on the sidewalk. And it's like, what? Like, you can do that?
Yeah.
You know, and I never got sick. I mean, we got sick one time.
But that's because that was
Yeah.
that was because we were greedy that day.
Yeah, we just being greedy.
We were
like
greedy
that.
because
Like,
we
know we
saw
shouldn't have ate
all
that.
the red flags.
All the red flags.
And we were just
Oh.
like, but it still looks good, and we were sick
Like, that looked like it's
immediately.
been old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like a real sick. It was just like 30 seconds, you know, and we're
Yeah.
like, no, this ain't it, but.
So I think definitely learning to adapt. I think that taught us a lot. You know. What about you?
And I mean, I would have to say that I can do anything
Yeah.
individually, and as a couple, that we are trendsetters. That's definitely what I've realized.
Okay.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's that there's doing what we're doing. I've as a couple, or even just to broaden it a little bit, as creators,
Yeah.
we
inspire
are.
a lot.
Yeah, and we didn't know that we were that inspirational.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
That's dope.
I think as a couple, I think looking at what we can do, it's very inspirational because we could just be minding our business and
Yeah.
what we're doing in our life becomes a lifestyle for
Yeah.
us, and
Yeah.
that becomes a reflection of what somebody else is looking at,
Okay.
and they're like, they want to model that.
Okay.
And so I would definitely say I can do anything individually, and that we are inspirational as a couple.
Okay, and then my last question is, what advice would you give to other black people considering moving to Asia?
Come,
Yeah, definitely come and enjoy yourself. You know.
yeah,
Definitely come and enjoy yourself. Respect the culture
respect the culture.
and learn. You know, learn the culture. Just have a blast.
Yeah.
You know, experiment, go out and have fun.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
It's a lot to offer.
Okay, cool.
It's a lot to
If you're
offer.
considering it, definitely just do it. Because if
got
it's
the
the
jump.
thought is something. Oh yeah, Nike, just
do
do it.
Yeah.
If you're considering it, just do it.
Right.
Just do it. The thought popped up in your head for a reason. It's not just a consideration.
Okay, cool, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys joining me today, and appreciate you guys watching.
Thanks for
Like,
having
subscribe.
us.
If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Go tap into their channel, Jay and Sarah.
Yep, Jay and Sarah.
Okay, Jay and Sarah, I'll put it in the description. I'm sure they're gonna comment as well, man. But yeah, appreciate you guys, and I'll catch up with y'all next time.
Peace.